What up, my people? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into Charlie Puth's new album, Whatever's Clever. And this has been on my to-do list for quite some time at this point, but I have been swamped with all the BTS work and the Blackpink work, and I am enjoying those projects, but also want to reconnect with some more of the music I've been looking forward to as well outside of those projects. So if you're here for strictly BTS or Blackpink, that's totally fine, but if you want to explore something new with me, let's dive into this one, because truthfully, I don't know much about this project, but I do know that Charlie Puth has spoken on it, saying that he is now in a new state of mind, trying to approach life with a belief in that you should just be authentic, you should be real, you should be vulnerable, and you can learn to appreciate the little things. So I haven't always been a big listener to Charlie's music, and not because I disliked anything, but I didn't have a personal connection to his work, but I'm thinking that's gonna change here. And with that being said, let's get into the intro. Don't meet your heroes.
I was young and so obsessed. All my friends said you're the best, so I just assumed you were nice. I love the way you were a star, I love the way you play guitar. You don't even look like you're trying. I wish that we never met. Every day I'm still filled with regret, but then again it made me who I am. There ain't a damn thing I would change, except don't meet your heroes, they're not as they seem. I just should've kept you on my TV screen. Oh, I learned my lesson when they put me through hell. No, don't meet your heroes without knowing yourself. It felt like I lived in your dream. Did I hurt your self-esteem? I hope I make it in your memoir. I don't mean to be a pessimist, but I would never say it, haven't said it. You thought I was lightning for your drive. I wish that we never met. Every day I'm still filled with regrets, but then again it made me who I am. There ain't a damn thing I would change, except don't meet your heroes, they're not as they seem. I just should've kept you on my TV screen. I learned my lesson when they put me through hell. No, don't meet your heroes without knowing yourself.
Come on.
Don't meet your heroes, they're not as they seem. I just should've kept you on my TV screen. I learned my lesson when they put me through hell. Don't meet your heroes without knowing yourself.
Damn. What an unreal intro. I got a lot to address on that, but I want to start with Charlie's biggest strength first, which is his sonic ability. A lot of times when I speak on musicians so far and the sonics of their work, I focus on the vocals, but while Charlie has an amazing voice, that's not his strongest skill set. His unique ability to hear sound all around him and paint with it. I mean, there were a few moments on there where the pianos came in, the strings came in, the harmonies filled the space, and you can just feel something that is unworldly. And the reason I like to focus on that aspect of that song, because I'll get to the meaning in a second, because the meaning was unreal, but I want to focus on the sounds for a second because there's something so captivating about the way in which he meshed jazz chords there with string instrumentation and a bit more of modern sound, but really more, I'd almost describe it as like 70s and 80s production with just a modern spin on the engineering. Because he sounds like he's produced in today's day and age in terms of the vocal production and everything, but the actual instrumentation, I mean, that piano sounded not automated at all, or I guess made through a MIDI in any type of way. I mean, it's real. So instantly the instrumentation caught me. You combine that with the meaning and where he's about to take us on this journey of don't meet your heroes until you know yourself. There's a few different sides to the way I was perceiving that. He's talking to himself clearly in a way reflecting of he didn't know as a kid what world he was going to be stepping into. He had all these false idols and people he looked up to, heroes to him. Then he spent a lot of time in the industry probably beating up on himself, feeling over or undervalued, taken advantage of, used for certain reasons. I mean, the music industry is a very cutthroat place. And a lot of people get into it because they want to be entertainers. But no, Charlie was a kid who just loved music. And having just watched Justin Bieber's Coachella set, it reminds me of the look on his face after singing either Glory Voice Note or Hallelujah, where he just looked up so grateful because he was able to just embrace the music again. That's all he was willing to give because he escaped the Truman Show. He escaped that reality he was trapped in. And I think for Charlie, it's a similar thing, and I think a lot of people in music are going to hopefully have this message they can carry through. A big part of my message on this channel is being authentic, being vulnerable, being real. Meeting your heroes, a lot of times you hear doesn't go how you think it would. And I also took this song as him saying to himself, don't become that person. He wouldn't be who he is today, he said, if he wasn't filled with those same sort of regrets from yesterday of the choices that were made. And is that him talking to somebody else saying, don't meet your heroes, or talking to that little kid in him saying, don't become those people. Stay you, kid. Stay the person who just fell in love with music. You just cared about making something beautiful because sound ignited a fire in you. Focus on that person. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into the next one because I could ramble for days. But now we got Sideways with Coco Jones.
Never thought I would see the day when my words stopped to resonate. Never been down this road before. Maybe we took a wrong turn. Yeah, we just had to let it burn. You didn't need to slam the door. Oh, this love means way too much for us to give it up. We let the flames get way too high. Even if it goes sideways, even if we scream out enough's enough, I believe that we'll always find a way to weather the storm. Even if it goes sideways, and if
way he blends that back note into the freaking strings.
Even if it goes sideways, even if we scream out enough's enough, I believe that we'll always find a way to weather the storm. Even if it goes sideways, and eventually we run out of love, give you every piece of me till there's none left anymore.
Little change there. Such tension. Talk about artistic integrity at the end there. Because a lot of people these days make songs and not records, and their projects don't cohesively flow. But if you went to go and see his show, which I believe he's on tour, and I may have to go check that out. If you go to see his show, the transition between one song to another should be natural in a way where there's that rise to the fall. He's putting on a show. And now, this song is proof that Charlie Puth can write and produce hits for anybody, because I guarantee you if The Weeknd sang that song, it'd be Sidewalks 2.0. Now, the difference to me between that and this is with someone like The Weeknd singing a song like this, you're going to really take away the messaging of real love between two individuals. But to me, this screamed about Charlie's love for music and the battle he's had with sticking through this pain. Because he loves music to the extent where it is his whole life, it's his happiness, it's his safe place, it's also his dark place, it's just his escape. And the world in which we live in has also turned it into a job for him where he's realistically been through a lot. And this is his confession, saying that no matter the goods, the bads, what goes sideways, what's ups, what's down, he's going to persevere and stick with it because his commitment to his craft, to what he loves, it's not breakable. And a lot on this channel recently, I've talked about that idea of how it's difficult to constantly maintain that glass half full mentality. But with the things that matter most to you, you have to stick through it. You have to fight for those things. For me, I for a few years really disconnected from music and to a degree lost sense of self in doing so. And in the few months of putting myself back into it now and putting myself out there and being vulnerable, I have found parts of my childhood that have helped me grow. And I've also been able to come face to face with some of the trauma I've had. And am I near perfect? Am I confident that everything is going to go exactly as I plan it? Of course not. Things will go sideways. Things will change. Things will get in the way. Things will upset me. But as long as I can stay committed to what I love most and give it my all and vow to do so, things will go in the right direction. And so I encourage the same of you. And I think that this project for him seems like it's going to be a coming of age, being vulnerable with who he wants to be and putting that out there to inspire others through the internal conversations he's having, because we're all human. We all have our flaws. We all have our insecurities. And anybody who acts as if they don't, just remember they do. They just hide it from the surface, but doesn't mean it's not there. Okay, I've seen a bit of the story on this one about how he got Kenny G on this. So I'm excited to hear it.
I'm not trying to scare you. I know this life can be a lot, and you'll get caught up in your thoughts like my father. But he told me, whatever hurt you come across, you better get up when you fall.
Facts.
And through the ebbs and flows, life is a push and pull. But for a tree to grow, sometimes it just has to rain. It's not for nothing, feeling something. You know everybody cries, cry.
Everybody goes through it.
It doesn't matter, you don't have to ever keep it all inside. Cry, cry, cry. It's all around you, like a
beautiful. How relatable a message of it's not for nothing, feeling something, everybody cries. And the idea that everything you are going through, that you will go through, it's not for nothing. If you keep the right perspective with it, you can understand that these things will help you grow. A new plant, rain could wipe away and break down entirely. But with a little bit of time, patience, strength, it'll grow into something much more beautiful. I don't know if you'll ever see this, Charlie, but on the chance that you do, I'm personally grateful, and I know a lot of people are grateful, that you are willing to say things that billions of people are afraid to. And now you are gifted enough to say it in a way musically that can really help heal others, because music is so therapeutic. But this is the type of messaging that has inspired me to start this channel, because there are a lot of people out there who are going through similar things in very different worlds. And it's important to hear from others that your struggles are real and they will help you grow, because you are somebody who has been through a lot and has grown a lot. And in hindsight, you would put yourself through all of it again just to become who you are today. And so I have mistakes and choices I've made that I'm not happy about, that I would have done differently had I been given the chance. But I also would question, would I be the man I am today had I done things differently? No. Every decision you make leads you to the next decision. It's a chain of events. It's not for nothing. It's always for something. Keeping that viewpoint is hard, but it'll change your life. So thanks, Charlie. This is Hey Brother.
By so fast, it feels like yesterday was 8th grade. We were both skipping class. I still look at you the same I did back then. I know you're not where you wanna be, but you're not close to the end yet. You can always keep it in the family, 'cause blood is thicker than water. Hey brother, months. We started arguments that always ended with a sucker punch. And I know you'll be okay. You're better every day. Ooh, and if you feel behind, remember this much: you can always keep it in the family, 'cause blood is thicker than water. Hey brother, need you to listen. I wish you could see in you what you see in me. Hey brother, you gotta make some mistakes. I'll be right behind you every step of the way. Hey brother, oh, oh, oh. Hey brother, need you to listen, please. I wish you could see in you what you see in me. Hey brother, you gotta make some mistakes. I'll be right behind you every step of the way. Hey brother, need you to listen, please. I wish you could see in you what you see in me. Hey brother, Hey,
I'm so blown away by the messaging. I think I'm almost taking for granted how gifted he is with instruments, because the production is flawless. There's nothing you could ever say about his sound selection and the way in which his songs are crafted, because melodically they're beautiful. But even more than that, I'm somebody who really appreciates when the way sound design and engineering is done properly. It's just so pristine and clean. It's mesmerizing. Now, the messaging of Hey Brother, I love the idea of keeping it in. You can keep it in the family if you want, because I'm always going to be here. Blood's thicker than water. I encourage you to make the same mistakes that I made, to take those risks, because the person you encourage me to be, I see you the same way. And so, Hey Brother to me is the perfect idea of, yes, it's within the family, but also outside of that too. I mean, your friends become your family at certain points. Your teachers, your coaches, your teammates, a lot of people that are not just your actual blood family are blood family to you to a degree. You have your first family, your second family. If you're a BTS fan and you're watching this, you've heard the guys talk about how they've basically grown up with each other. That is their second family. And so if you don't know what your passion is, that's okay. You don't have to know today. Charlie didn't always know, but that's what he's saying. Make mistakes. Try things, experiment, do things you wouldn't have done yesterday, today, and pursue them in hopes of a better tomorrow. Anybody from any situation can climb in life, or they can stay in the same place. If you don't want to question things, if you don't want to acknowledge that people can change and you can change, then you'll stay in the same place. If you can have that mentality switch where you start approaching life differently, you'll start to realize that you'll want to spend more time with people who have those same beliefs, and you'll have people from your past that can't seem to get over that hurdle. So it won't be your responsibility to get them there. You should remind them why they should do it. But maybe you'll inspire your friends or your family or your coaches or teammates or teachers to try what they've wanted to as well, because if you've done it, you can set the precedent that they can too. Beautiful. But now we got washed up. I'm sensing a different little tone on this one already, even just in the name. What just happened? Just vibing out. It just cuts my screen. Excuse me. I don't know what just happened.
Shine up the ocean, always stay looking for this tide. You never asked for help even when it's time. If you're washed up on a lonely night, I'll be the first one there until you say you're
All right. So that was Washed Up. And on that track, the first thing I will speak on is that I'm 100% going to need to listen back to that one out loud. Sometimes listening with the headphones set up at the desk isn't always the best listening experience for certain songs. And by that, I mean, like, that's the type of song that I want to listen to while doing things and kind of be able to appreciate more of the movement going on there. I think Charlie clearly has a great appreciation for the arts, and there was a lot of theatrical influence, in my opinion, where, like, in the middle of the song, I couldn't help but think, Charlie, when you're done performing, if you don't want to do it anymore, go compose a Broadway show or something, because the story which is being laid out is so eloquent and beautiful, and the ability to compose with string instrumentation and orchestras to band work with more trumpets and horns, it's magnificent. That type of song, to me, the little transition you have in the middle where the style of the production switches a little bit, it felt like I was at a Broadway show. Some people don't appreciate theater that way, and I honestly haven't spent a lot of time going to shows. Not something I really appreciated growing up as much as I should have. Growing up in New York, very close to Broadway. I went to probably 3 shows in my life, and I didn't really appreciate them as a kid because I didn't see the artistic value and the work that really went into it. But Charlie, you should go kill that at some point. This stuff belongs on Broadway. Now, I'll have to listen back to that song in a different environment so I can better appreciate the whole progression of it. But to me, the meaning felt like it was there for his wife. I don't know much about his personal life. I feel like he probably keeps it pretty private. It's a good boundary to set. I appreciate when people are able to put up some of those walls, but let down their walls in other places. I don't know much about his wife or situation, but this song felt like a song to somebody saying, even when you hit your lowest of lows and you feel like you're drowning, I will be your ray of sunshine just to make sure that you can feel the light and you can get through this. That hits deep for me because as somebody who's a hyper emotional person myself, where I have a lot of highs and lows, my girlfriend, my significant other, she really holds me down, is always helping me and reminding me to stay positive. And so 10x whenever it happens for her, whenever she's having a hard day, all I want to do is be supportive and be there, because if only she could know how much she really helps. And I advocate and I say it all the time, but I think what he's kind of expressing in the song is no amount of words could ever describe how much he wants to do for her. I used to be cringe. This should be interesting.
I used to be cringe, just so I could fit in and have a seat at the table. Time passed me, it did. I burned more than one bridge. Please forgive me if you're able. I used to dream of buying mansions in the city where they're acting in the movies that I love. I always thought if I got closer and I maintained my composure, I could live out all my dreams at once. I used to be cringe, just so I could fit in and have a seat at the table. Time passed me, it did. I burned more than one bridge. Please forgive me if you're able. I used to lie, say I was taller, and throw words around like baller. And they all said I'm doing fine. I dyed my hair just for reactions. Now I'm the one out here acting. Tried so hard it actually made me cry. I used to be cringe, just so I could fit in and have a seat at the table. mansions in the city where they're acting in the movies that I love.
So real, cuts deep. Everyone has moments they feel cringe about. And for him, I love it. The idea of, I used to have dreams of being in the city where my favorite actors were in. Look, my dreams came true, but look who's acting now. Look who's not being real now. You know, a song was a good reflection of, okay, what comes with being vulnerable, with growing, is acknowledging the past. You can't just push it aside and push it under the rug and move on. You kind of have to get face to face with it, and that's what he's doing there. He's not only admitting that he put on a fake face and changed his hair and did things for reactions, but he also is saying, it's okay I did those things. He's not saying, I used to be cringe, ew, I can't look at this. He's saying, you know what, I used to be cringe. But again, as he's mentioned earlier in other songs, had it not been for the rain, I wouldn't have grown the way I have. Had it not been for those moments acting and pretending to be somebody else, I never would have found myself and realized that me being me is just all I wanted. I'm hoping he takes a little more upswing here. He's probably playing the song.
That you don't always see. Somehow the best things, no matter how great, aren't always free. What changed? I thought you were in it. Oh, it hurts how you no longer look at me now. It seems so strange, I'll admit it. Something like love in exile. Love felt like surprise. I thought this love was just the beginning, but for you, it was just starting mine. What changed? Got lost in a minute. While I was still so busy in loving you now. So strange how we see it so different, leaving our love in exile. Love felt like coming home. You were the best I ever known. We had it all for a while, but now it feels like love in exile. Baby, don't turn away. Let's give our love another day. I used to live for your smile, but now it feels like love in exile.
Whoa. Alright, so that was Love in Exile, and when you embark on any new journey or an idea is conceived, there's a typical pattern of when you have the idea, there's almost like false optimism of everything you can accomplish, and that quickly turns into immense doubt where you start to say, okay, like these are the real parts of what I'm trying to do. But if you get through there, you start to reach a new point of having hope. And to me, the way I'm kind of feeling this album is it's him coming to terms with the idea that his old life he was living, acting, playing a character, not who he was, and he's shifted out of it. And he's riding that new high, becoming somebody new. But he's also dealing with the immense doubt of, now that I'm shifting out of that role and I'm becoming this new person, kind of feels like love in exile, because for him with music, that's his passion, that's his love, that's what he's working towards his whole life. And by exiting and becoming a different person, he's kind of having a hard time grasping what this really means for the love he's built. And that's how I perceive this personally, because I'm viewing it from a lens really about the music, but I need to give these a few more listens. Okay, so I just quickly went to put on the AC, and while I was doing that, I checked my Spotify to see how many songs this project is. Charlie, your playlist threw me off, man. I opened up the playlist off of YouTube, and I'll have to reach out to one of my friends at Atlantic, because this was not the album order. I'm blown away. I'm so bummed by that. I mean, it's been great listening in this order, but typically the playlists on YouTube are in the album order. Whoever programmed this on the back end, it's not an album order, so it actually should have been Changes, then Beat Yourself Up, then Cry, then Washed Up, New Jersey. The outro's I Used To Be Cringe, so I just listened to the outro before I even heard the project in the right order. Damn. I guess you win some, you lose some, right, Ollie? Alright, well, so we only have 4 songs left. I will have to do a separate reaction in my spare time to the album in order and then do a recap video, because damn, I'm disappointed. It has been a good order, still been very pleasant, but I'm glad I realized now before I finished, at least.
And, you know, until it happens to you where you lose something, oh my golly, that's why you want to be sweet to each other.
I woke up, heard the bad news. Thank God I'm not in your shoes. I wouldn't know what to do. And then that's when you said, I'll never understand until it happens to you. 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 Don't think about the future, it's alright. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. I used to bounce you on my knee. One day you'll do the same thing. Be there for them like I was for you. Heard the bad news. Thank God I'm not in your shoes. I wouldn't know what to do. And then that's when you said, I'll never understand until it happens to you. Until it happens to you.
Well, boys, if I could tell you one thing, well, don't miss a second of it. The horrible things and the mess that'll happen and the ecstasy that'll happen. Don't protect yourself from any of it. But until it happens to you that you lose, you're going to lose us at some point. And one day I'm going to have to say goodbye. But there you go. For now, we're here, and I'm crazy about you. Okay, kids, here we go. Until it happens to you. Go, keep that in mind. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.
A happy version of you's all I know. Never seen you so upset. I woke up, heard the bad news. Thank God I'm not in your shoes. I wouldn't know what to do. And then that's when you said, I'll never understand until it happens to you. 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 Until it happens to you.
Yeah. This happened to you. Happened to you.
Yeah, I had to look that one up because I thought I was interpreting it right. It seemed like it was a message to his kid or kids. I don't know if it's plural. I know he does have one kid though. But the idea of living in the moment because one day you won't be able to be with the people around you. It's kind of a morbid idea in expressing loss of a parent, child, not having somebody there and not being able to help somebody through it. So he's never seen his child sad like he will on that type of day, and he won't be there to help. Really deep. With the idea, of course, tying back to like with that mentality, okay, we'll live present then. If you're there's going to be moments of grief and heartache no matter what. So let's focus on the good things and just live positively. And so yeah, I do often talk about on this channel, I really appreciate when artists are able to take a deep meaning, something that might be positive and put it in a minor key and more negative, or vice versa, something more emotionally difficult and make it more upbeat and positive. And I feel like that's what he did, was say, okay, it's gonna be sad, but remember, be happy, smile, cope with it. Where did that fall in the actual original album order? Okay, so that was originally the second last song. Makes sense, super deep there. Makes a lot of sense. Now we have New Jersey, then I think we have Home and Beat Yourself Up, maybe? Alright, 3 songs left. New Jersey, Home, and Beat Yourself Up. None of which are the actual outro.
There's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey, so I don't go back. This barely even counts as a party, and it makes me sad. It's where you made my heart break, so I lie to myself and say that there's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey. I'm never going back. I don't wanna walk on the boardwalk where you said to me, I'm bored. Always thought that this would be our spot, so you say you don't love me anymore. I found some sun last week, and now do you get back to me? And there's no way I can keep this or anything from the beach. There's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey, so I don't go back. This barely even counts as a party, and it makes me sad. It's where you made my heart break, so I lie to myself and say that there's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey. I'm never going back.
Hey boy, I thought you knew that this was a little fling. I've never been one to wear a ring. I live my life like a FIFA king. I put some sand last week in the hoodie you took back from me. So I'm sorry if I'm the reason you ended up leaving.
There's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey, so I don't go back. This barely even counts as a party, and it makes me sad. It's where you made my heart break, so I lie to myself and say that there's nothing that fun to do in New Jersey. I'm never going back.
So I don't know if one of the lyrics was wrong on the screen there, but I believe it was, because I think what he was saying was the line about the heartbreak. So he lies to himself and says there's nothing to go back to, there's no reason to go back. And to me, I took that as okay. That's not a deep-rooted hate of home or New Jersey or where you grew up and not wanting to go back. That's the harder moments stand out the most. So I lie to myself and tell myself I don't want to go there because of those heartbreaks I had, because of the lost sand, because of the lost moments. Those more difficult times rise to the top of his mind. And because of that, he says, I just don't want to go back there. When there truthfully is a lot of reasons he'd want to go back. And the parties don't hit the same, and that's sad, but he still should want to go back. And I think that song is kind of battling with the demons of disassociating from a past life because of the trauma, but it wasn't all just bad. There was a lot of good there too. It's just the select few bad moments typically stand out more than others. Probably walked the boardwalk a million times, but the one time he got his heart broken there, that's the time that stands out most. Super relatable, especially as I've mentioned, my parents just got rid of their home in New York. And so I've been battling wanting to move forward, but also emotionally dealing with, okay, like that's sad to me that now the ties really are cut to where I grew up and I can't go back. I love where I'm from, but I also have a lot of pain from there that I am trying to move on from. And that's kind of the fine line that I picked up on that song. And speaking of home, this is Home, the music video.
Through the rose-colored lenses and the white picket fences, no matter how good this is, it could never satisfy. When it's you that I'm missing, now I sit in the kitchen. Through the window pane I watch the day turn to night. It ain't a mystery that every time you leave, that's when I feel the most alone. Don't you know that you're the one who makes this house a home?
Oh my God.
And so when you go, it feels so cold without the soul. You're the one who makes this house a home.
But it's you I was missing. 君に毎日ただいまと言わせてください。言ってらっしゃい。君がいないこの家は好きじゃない。Don't you know that you're the one who makes this house a home? And so when you go, 夏でも凍えちゃいそう。君のぬくもりが home. You're the one, you're the one, you're the one who makes this house a home, house a home. You're the one, you're the one.
It ain't a mystery that every time you leave, that's when I feel the most alone. Ooh.
当たり前になりそうな時思い出してほしい。
Don't you know that you're the one who makes this house a home? And so when you go, it feels so cold without the soul. You're the one who makes this house a home.
ある日だけ目が覚めても君がいなきゃ大しないで。こんなので手に入れたって君がいなきゃハリボテ当然。You're the one who makes this house a home. This house a home.
Oh my God. Timing in life is so weird and scary in the best ways possible. People, if you have dreams, chase them. If you feel like you're on a path, chase it. I cannot make up. If I scroll over, I can't make this up. Yesterday, 11:04, A House Without a Home. I've been trying to reconnect with my love for music the past few months, and I haven't written in a long time. And with the selling of my home last week or 2 weeks ago now, I told myself I was gonna get back into writing and I would document the experience. And I had a very deep conversation with my girlfriend about the idea that this is actually written A House Without a Home, but originally I had actually titled it A Home Without a House. And the idea that my dog and my girlfriend, my new life. Even though I don't have a house anymore back home, I still have a new home I'm building. And my girlfriend used the exact words, a house without a home, to me, saying that just because people have a big, beautiful, brilliant house doesn't mean they have a real home. It doesn't matter where we go, what we have, what we do, as long as we're together, that's our home. And so you'll see if you watch the reaction back, the second he says that line, I was like, what the hell? And now I don't even want to work on that song anymore because that just put mine to shame.
I've been waiting on my whole life, early morning by the sunrise, always feeling like I can't cope with the pain, knowing on it's all life, and now it's written on my tombstone, so how the fuck am I gonna move on? I've been feeling on the 10 toes on the day, and knowing on it's so low, I feel like I'm 10 toes in the same. Even healing with my
like literally I started a project breaking down me trying to write and work again as of last night, chapter 1, a house without a home. How weird is that, people? Timing's crazy.
rising, always praying on a new home far away. Let me tell you what it feels like. I've been waiting on my whole life, yeah. Early morning by the sunrise, always praying on a new home far away. Let me tell you what it feels like.
So the only line I don't know. Alright, so anyways, weird tangent there, weird sidebar. If that's the type of content you'd be interested in me making as well, like I'm trying to reconnect with my roots, Mr. RM himself has really helped inspire me to find nature again, get outside, and I feel like I've always loved music, and I've acquired a lot of gear over times to work on it, but I've never stepped fully into that world of making music and being proud about it. I mean, I got 1,000 demos, but I've never stepped into the world of trying to make a project that I've had passion fueled behind, of it having a meaning, because for so long I was trapped in that world of thinking like what I actually believed wasn't cool. And if it wasn't cool, why would I make it? Because I was insecure with that. Now, BTS, Blackpink, this journey I've been on, you all have really inspired me to be authentic with music. And how weird, like, no jokes aside, how weird, the first project that I was going to pursue in that endeavor of a new start, chapter 1, a house without a home. And the first artist I listened to, not BTS, Blackpink, in the past few months for a reaction, he literally says it? Come on. You can't make it up. That was brilliant too. And it was going to put whatever I was working on to shame. But we heard this already. Now we got Beat Yourself Up. Grateful.
Yourself up or whatever you do, 'cause that does doesn't do nothing but just break you in two. Please don't beat yourself up. No, you made some mistakes, but you know it means something when you live one more day. Please don't beat yourself up. No, you made some mistakes, but you know it means something when you live one more day. One more day. Live one more day.
All right, so that was the album, and I know that wasn't the correct outro, but it's a good last message to leave off on of don't beat yourself up. And to speak on that song first, then get into the album as a whole, a good last note would be don't beat yourself up, don't harp on those things. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to do things that make you cringe. It's okay to learn and understand that there's going to be bad days, but this was a big message to his child or children, sounding like, hey, when things get tough, when you're 17 and you have to do what you're told versus when you're 23 and you're coming of age and you're realizing things, how emotions are, don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Things will get better. Just be authentic, be vulnerable, be you, be your best self, and you will continue to grow and get better. This was an amazing album. Whatever's clever, I don't know what whatever is in this instance. I think what he's saying is anything could be clever, but in this instance, Charlie, you are very clever. Sonically, it's a brilliant project. I had no doubts there. Charlie has a great vocal tone, so I knew he'd sound good on it. But instrumentation-wise and the way he's able to combine different instruments to paint a picture, never could have questioned that. I knew this would be sonically brilliant. So it was unbelievable there, but the messaging really cut deep. I had high expectations coming into this because all I had heard was it was a very vulnerable project. And what he just said, a lot of people don't have the courage to. He didn't do this just for himself, but he did it for others. Now, a part of him was clearly acknowledging he had to go on this journey to be his best self and stop acting and pretending to be the hero of who he wanted to be yesterday and be who he always needed to be his hero. And that's something that's so special about musicians that have true vulnerability in their music. I said it with him, with RM, with Justin Bieber's recent set and his newer projects. When you can own your insecurities and your vulnerabilities and your flaws and your mistakes, and you could put it out there in a way to inspire others to face their adversity and push through, you can leave a really big impact because it's a chain. The impact made on an album like this is not only with the people who collaborated on it and the immediate family, but the listeners and the listeners who then carry on those messages to inspire others and share them and talk about them and take away one little detail that may help somebody else through something else. So whatever's clever, I had a great time listening to this. I know he's on tour right now. I may need to figure out a way to get there. This was great. I'm sure live it'll be great. I'll be doing another listen back in the correct order because I unfortunately made a mistake with the order. And while I did not listen in the actual order, I can't complain. It was great the way in which I listened. The ending on the cringe one would have been really cool, but I also love on the positive message of, hey guys, don't beat yourself up. Whatever you're going through today, whatever hardship you're feeling, stay present, stay focused, stay grinding, look towards the future with hope, but live in the moment today so you can better enjoy the future. Don't just chase endlessness tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna leave you with. I got more videos on the way, a lot coming soon, more stuff on Patreon, more stuff on the YouTube channel. I am loving this journey and I appreciate each and every one of you so much who have subscribed to the channel, who have been dropping comments because your words really do have an impact on me. I try and get to them every time. If I did not see one, hit me again and say, Matt, where the fuck are you? Excuse my language, but where you at? Because I'm trying to get to all of it, but been a lot of engagement recently and I could not be happier. I really do appreciate every single little thing that you guys have said. Your words mean a lot to me. I take it to heart and they remind me why I'm doing this. This project is a great example of that. And we're going to keep going from here. So I hope you all have a blessed day. It is Thursday right now. I got more on the way. Oh, new Leroy tonight. I got that on the way too. I'll see you at least tomorrow.